Hi, it's Ange here and welcome to No Second Season. Today, this edit is all about the protection I wear as a senior when I'm mountain biking and bike packing. So, starting with protective pants. Now, I wear these Troy Lee Designs protective pants for mountain biking. They've got protection on the outside of the thighs, all over your hip bones. These are men's, but you can get women's specific now, I believe, to protect your pelvic bone as well. They also have hard protection on the coccyx here. They have comfort protection on the bum. They have comfort protection on the inside of the thighs and also comfort protection on the crotch. So these are a bit both. They're protection from falls and for comfort. If I was bike packing, I wouldn't wear these. I'd just wear what I call sponge bobs, which are similar shaped pants, but they just have comfort padding on the inside of the thighs, the bum and the crotch. Now, a little tip for you. I don't want to get too graphic, but if you tend to shave your nether regions, don't do it before you're going to be sitting in the saddle a long time. For example, if you're going bike packing, because you've an increased risk of an ingrowing hair, and it can get very uncomfortable if you're on a long tour. Going down the leg, knee pads. Now these are very bulky ones, but you can get very slimline ones. I shall have to wait till I've worn these out before I buy some slim ones, and I can't wait because these are really chunky, as you can see. Your knee pads are likely to be handed, so there'll be a left hand and right hand, so look out for that. If I had to choose two pieces of protection when I was mountain biking, I would choose a helmet and knee pads. For bike packing, no knee pads. Elbow protection. These are very slimline. These are G-form, the make, and this is what I'd like to get in knee pads as well. As you can see, there's not much to them, but they're very good. And I don't have any of my own. I borrow my daughter's, but I will get some when I can afford them. For bike packing, no elbow pads. Gloves. For mountain biking or any gnarly terrain, I love these motocross gloves. Now, the reason I love them is they've got proper protection on the knuckles and on the fingers and on the palms. But more, the reason I love these Knox motocross gloves is because of this wrist support. So you push that knob in, twist this, and you can do them up nice and tight, and it gives you a good deal of wrist support. So for mountain biking, I wear these. I wouldn't wear these for bike packing, just for mountain biking. And they look like they'd be a bit conspicuous when you're riding, a bit of a nuisance and in the way, but they're not. And they've proven their worth. I'm a big fan of putting my wrists out when I go to fall, as you can see from this clip. And this clip. Shit. When I'm bike packing, I also wear gloves, but just thin ones without a great deal of protection, mainly for sun protection. But I also wear a cheap as chips wrist support. These you can get in a pound shop or a Chinese bazaar, whatever you want to call them. And that's what I wear bike packing. Another item of protection I wear is this chest protector. Now I wear this primarily because I wear a GoPro on a chest mount sitting here. It's light as a feather. It's a Troy Lee Designs rock fighter, very light indeed, got adjustment both sides and height wise. It's not women specific. I've sort of bent it a bit here, and so it used to ride up, but it doesn't anymore. It's got lots of back protection as well. It's a hard shell, and I have fallen off straight onto it, and no GoPro injury, so I'm really chuffed I've got it. But if you don't carry a GoPro on your chest, may opt to not bother with one of these. But you might want a back protector. Now, this has got back protection to a certain degree. It doesn't go into the lumbar region, but you can get rucksacks or backpacks, especially the Evoc ones that have a really good back protector in them. So that's something worth considering. Or you can buy other back protectors if you don't particularly want a chest protector. Helmets. For bike packing, I'll wear an open face helmet. With all the pedalling and puffing, it's really not viable to wear a full face. Always, always, always make sure you do your helmet up, as there's no point in having it on at all. And make sure you get the right size and then adjust it up correctly to your head. There's usually adjustment at the back by means of a little wheel you turn. So it's nice and secure. And this is what I wear for bike packing. For mountain biking, and even for when I'm doing pedally trails, I will wear a full face helmet. Now, these are nothing like motorbike helmets. They're not even like motocross helmets. They are so light. This weighs 1 kilo. Now, this is a cheap one. The make is a 7 IDP. It's not got too many vent holes. It's got enough to let some air out. But I'm not a big fan of the really expensive ones that are just like a cage with big holes in, because I've fallen in foliage a lot. And you've only got to get a stick, bang through into your brain, and you're dead. So I'm quite happy with this one. Yes, it does get a little hot. It does look like it'd be a real pain in the butt when you're pedaling, but it's not. These are so lightweight, and the face is so open. It's not like a motorbike helmet. There is no up and down visor. There's just this sun visor. If I was riding in muddy conditions, I would wear some goggles as well in here. But again, always make sure you do your helmet up, because there's no point in having it on. So that's the 7 IDP full face helmet. So that's the protection I do wear. Now, I am left vulnerable below the knee. I don't wear shin guards. The reason I don't wear those, I just can't bear any more gear because of the heat here. I do get scuffed shins and calves when I have pedal slips. It's just something I have to live with. Not great, but I'm willing to take that risk. Ankles, I have no ankle protection simply because I've got damaged nerves in the balls of my feet, and if I wear anything on my ankles, it makes my feet go numb. So I can't wear anything there. And also, I don't wear mountain bike specific shoes or boots. I'd love to wear 5'10" ankle boots that I used to wear, but the damage to my nerves means I need to wear very wide toe box shoes. So I wear my Altra Lone Peaks, which have a very wide toe box. So apart from that, I'm reasonably happy with what I wear. It's a bit of a compromise due to the heat. I could wear some shoulder protection, but there's not much point, and I just can't bear any more gear, to be honest. So there's just one more bit of kit I want to show you. Now, I can't wear it here in the summer in Australia. It's far too hot, but it's this bodysuit. It's made by Bliss, and it has elbow protection, shoulder protection, chest protection, and back protection. It's a nice piece of kit, and I'd certainly wear it downhill in cooler weather, but I can't wear it here unless I ride somewhere in the winter. So if you're thinking of kitting yourself up with some protective gear, please take into account any injuries you already have. If it's soft tissue damage, make sure you give it some support. There's always elasticated bandages or cohesive bandage that you could use. If I've given you any tips or hints, please give me a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That would be fab. And until next time, it's a goodbye for now.
Machado?